All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakadah. Double honor to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, and salutation, much love to you, Akim, they're pushing out his word in true sincerity, and salutations to the men, women, and children that is learning, in sincerity. But as you see the title, current events. So we're just gonna go in the spirit, bring out. I got a couple articles I want to bring out, pursuant to the mark of the beast, and I'll bring it out real quick, and then we'll go into the scriptures. So here we go. So the first one. This is an article on what is this? Realtors.com. All right, say central bank digital currencies get full BIS backing. All right, and rather want to grab the scripture about the three unclean frogs real quick, because this is one of the unclean frogs, the BIS. Okay, and we're gonna prove it. So get that first before we move on. Bible Shah.
So the book of Revelation 16 verse 13, and it reads, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet."
That's the point. I wanted going into the three unclean what did it say, spirits, and then it said like unclean like frogs. God. So those three unclean spirits is what the three city states that Esau got. You got Washington D.C., London, and the Vatican. Okay, so those are three. Those are three unclean spirits, unclean like frogs, right? Was that it on that verse?
Yes, yeah.
On the verse. Okay, kind of. All right, so let me go. Just now that we understand those three, or read the scripture on it, this is one of those unclean spirits. All right, this is central bank digital currencies get full BIS backing. So you go into this. All right, and we're gonna get the understanding of this here in a second, because it's leading to the MOB. All right, which is being set up via the scenario that's going on with the world right now. So right here it says London, boom, which is one of those three cities. Okay, the three city states, and this one just so happens to be the financial one. All right, London is the financial district, if you will. DC would be the military, and the Vatican would be the religious. Okay, or the false prophet, literally. All right, but nonetheless, let me just read a couple points here real quick. It says the Bank of International Settlements. All right, that's what what was it? BIS. BIS stands for Bank of International Settlements. It says has given its full backing to the development of a central bank digital currencies, CBDC, saying they are needed. Keyword needed to modernize finance and ensure big tech does not take over of money. So what you have been going on here, it's a lot. What you have going on for the last couple months, year or two, maybe more than that, okay, is what? These big cryptos, niggas getting rich off of it, right? People been getting rich off of it. This was all on the agenda, and we're gonna, with these a couple articles I got here, we're gonna prove it, and we're gonna correlate it with the scriptures. As a matter of fact, brother Bible Shop bring out Revelation 13. Go to straight to 16.
It's Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell, say that he have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name.
Right. So the scriptures, the Holy Bible specifically points out the mark of the beast being used for a purpose of buying and selling, even though we see it being Esau Edom using it for more than that right now because he's not stupid. Because if he was just to bring it out like that, people would immediately correlate it with the MOB. But what he's doing, he's setting the stage, and you see how he's doing it. So we didn't even have to talk about that. But let's go back to this article. It says right here, it says dubbed the So here's the point. It says, or one of the points, it says dubbed the central bank to the world's central banks. So this is going to show you that this is the headquarters of the financial system, going back to one of those three unclean spirits: the military, the financial, and the religious. Right? This, it says, dubbed the central bank to the world's central banks. So the world central banks have a central bank, and it's in London, as we just read. It says the BIS, which is the Bank of International Settlements, which is coordinating many of their discussions on digital currencies, set out recommendations on Wednesday on how a CBDC such as a digital dollar, euro, yen, or yuan should look. All right, so they go on to talk about different things of how they're trying to set this up. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Hold on, because there's a part in here. Because the whole reason they've been allowing these cryptocurrencies, which are private parties, so to say, or third parties, to work, and then to crash like Bitcoin. All right, Bitcoin's down to what, 30, 34 right now, maybe? And it went down from, it was at 64 at one point. It hit a high of 64, dropped down to 29, I believe, yesterday or the day before. So it's been a game that they've been playing. They want to get people rich off of this digital currencies or the cryptos. And then we're going to show you why they've been doing this. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It says, this is a place where you don't want to be. Blah, blah. Okay, I'll read this here. It says, the push comes as a physical cash use falls globally. Exactly. So physical cash is falling. And authorizers look to fend off the threat of their money printing powers from Bitcoin and efforts from big tech, such as Facebook, Diem, and formerly Libra. So what are the CBDC, what are they trying to do now all of a sudden? They're trying to stop these Bitcoins, all right, or these big techs from continuing to make money off, because it's not monitored, it's not regulated. Okay, so this has been a plan the whole time. It says without CBDC, digital money would become increasingly dominated by big tech firms. Coyer warned, as they leverage numerous social media user bases. This is a place where you don't want to be, where governments don't want to be. Exactly, key point, where the governments don't want to be, which we know who set them up anyway. But it says, Coyer said, describing it as a loss of control of sovereign money, right? Because they're going to lose money. The government's not making money off of Bitcoin because why? It's not regulated. It's not a centralized. Currency. All right. It says the Bahamas became the first to launch a general purpose CBDC, which is the crypto that's regulated through the state or the nation or whatever. In October, China has a number of ongoing trials, and Switzerland and the Bank of France have announced Europe's first cross-border experiment. Coyer's BIS colleague Hyun Sung Shin said authorities will have to decide whether. Oh, here's the point. All right, pay attention because this is about to get good. It says Coyer's BIS colleague, which BIS going back to the what? The Bank of International Settlements. All right, which is established in London. It says Coyer's BIS colleague Hyun Sung Shin said authorities will have to decide whether citizens need a digital ID to use CBDC, which is the crypto, the CBDC. What's the actual acronym? Is Central Bank Digital Currency, CBDC. Okay, so what they're saying is that you're going to need to have a digital ID to use this central bank digital currency, right? That's what they're saying right here. That literally what they said. You're going to need a digital ID. Now, what scenario right now? What's going on in the world? Talking about digital digital proof, digital passports, digital this, digital these. Damn, what's the key? There's a term for it. Digital certificates. What's going on in the world that's talking about this? Talking about digital IDs. And then lo and behold, now they're talking about the money system having to have the digital ID, right? It says citizens need digital IDs to use the CBDCs or go down a token-based route that many cryptocurrencies use to keep transactions more anonymous, which that's not going to be the case. Because that's why people are using the cryptocurrencies currently, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, what's the Dion or whatever the other one is. Oh, there's plenty of them. There's one called What the Fuck Coin. So they're going to show you that they're making mockery right in front of your face. If you don't believe me, Google it. It says, in the view of the BIS, the ID system would be the better way to go. So they're right here. They're telling you the headquarters of all the central banks is saying the digital ID would be the better way to go. Shin and Coir said, one reason being that it would prevent people using digital currencies from other countries other than their own, such as the safe haven dollar. All right. Most experts think fully functioning digital dollars or euros are still at least 2 years away, but setting global rules around CBDCs is highly political and heating up. The new trade wars are technology wars, Coir said, stressing CBDCs should not be part of that, which is all BS. So here's a quick little graph they put up here showing you how you're going to be able to use this. And it all leads back to the central bank. You got cash, goes directly back to the central bank. You're going to use your phone, goes right back to the central bank so you can get your digital money. You want to use your Bank of America, your Wells Fargo, your SunTrust, your whatever company. What they're gonna do? You take it, you give it to them. They're gonna send it to the central bank. They getting all the money back. They want to get rid of all the money, get rid of all your apps, get rid of everything. Because why? Ultimately, is leading to the mark of the beast, which, as the just read, you're gonna have to buy and sell with this. And if once they get rid of cash, right here, highlighted right, or I can't highlight it, but once they get rid of that, it's over for you. Because then they can say, look, your phone, somebody might have hacked it. Your bank is used. Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 48. These were the curses that the Lord said would befall people, and this curse has already been falling on people, but it's getting ready. Esau's getting ready to, so to say, put his foot down upon our necks like this. Revelation 12:12, coming down upon you having great wrath because he knows what he has for a short time. So Deuteronomy 28 going to what the brother's saying about what's getting ready to come with this corruption that Esau's pushing and in this centralization of money. It says Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness. There goes your you shall not be able to buy nor sell. Okay. It says, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed you. So our brother was just saying, eventually you're gonna be through, man. If you don't comply with the Quran terms that he's setting forth, then you're gonna be destroyed, man. You're either gonna pine away or you're gonna get tossed in a can and rot away. Okay, so that's the part of the curse that the Lord befalls upon us, and that's why 2/3 are gonna be the ones that go through this the most. That's why it's called Jacob's trouble. Okay, ultimately all of Israel is gonna be tempted, but at the end of the day, it's 2/3, turn to pay, for the most part. But that MOB, okay, the Charagma, You ain't gonna be able to do anything. All that cash money that people got, so to speak, beneath their mattresses, it ain't gonna be worth a damn unless you got charagma, okay, and you were part of this system. That's why Esau is setting this up as a global thing, because he wants everybody to be on this thing. This is that image of the beast, okay, going all the way back to the Tower of Babel, okay, trying to bring everybody to be as one. But the Lord divided us for a reason.
Right.
Go ahead.
Hey, real quick, get somebody get the blue letter real quick on going to Karagma. Go to Graphos. I got another article. But we just gonna bombard you with the facts now.
This is Revelation 13 and 16. We're going for Mark. We're gonna go 3 levels deep. Says Paragma. We're gonna go to the etymology of that. Parax. We're gonna go to the etymology of that. Grapho. So the word grapho is Strong's G1125. And it says to write with reference to the form of the letters, to express in written characters. Okay, let me get to the point. It says the use of those things which stand written in the sacred books, to write to one by writing a written epistle to give information, directions. Let me get to the Strong's definition. It says to grade, especially to write, to describe writing. So it's the grapho is basically the information. Okay, the connection to you in the system. You're gonna have to have the grapho to be connected to it. So
the graphos, like your brother said, is the writing, the coding. All right, the ones and zeros that they put into the, because like when you're writing code for a website, how do you make a website? You have to write the code, and that's what makes the website. So what they're gonna do is, I'm gonna show you right now. Hold on, let me add this real quick. Read that again, Babu Shah, the grapho. You just go through a couple of them.
It says section 1, to write with reference to the form of the letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment, or paper, or other material. And other materials that the network.
Yeah, exactly. This material is gonna be on the digital frontier, so to say. The ones and zeros. Okay. So you see on the screen here, this is another website here, Investopedia.com, which is it's a cryptocurrency website. It says central bank digital currency, CBDC. What is central bank digital currency? It says a central bank digital currency uses an electronic record or digital token to represent the virtual form of a fiat currency of a particular nation or region. A CBDC is a centralized. It is issued and regulated by the competent monetary authority of the country. So again, I'm telling you, the reason they allow people to get rich off of Bitcoin is to get you feeling good about digital currencies, to let you entice you to want this digital currency that the central banks are currently, as we speak, putting together. Google the House, the House of Representatives. See, they don't put this on CNN, but I guarantee if you can look it up yourself, they have been going for the last. The oldest article I saw was 2 weeks, but it might be even farther back than then. They have been having meetings about this every damn day, damn near, about what? Digital currency. If you think I'm a liar, Google it yourself. You're gonna see it. The Senate, here it is, they talking about they still talking about on the mainstream media about January 6th, the insurrection, how people flooded the House and this and that, and they was doing all of that. But little will they tell you that behind the scenes, the representatives of your state is at the House of Representatives that so-called got attacked, talking about digital currency. Google it. You're going to find it. I guarantee you it. But the point is that they make it says it's going to be an electronic record or digital token to represent the virtual form of a fiat currency. What is a fiat currency? Your American dollar. Okay. And then it says it's going to be regulated. It's going to be issued and regulated by the competent monetary authority of the country. What is the monetary authority of the country? The IRS, right? The Federal Reserve. That's who's going to run it. Okay. Because remember, the Federal Reserve is not part of America, if you didn't know. But let's keep going. Because that's the reason I told the brother to read that is because it's the writing, right? The graphos. Again, electronic record. An electronic record. Here you go. Right there. The proof is in the pudding. But let's keep going. It says key takeaways. A central bank digital currency utilizes technology, which is Esau's miracles, to represent a country's official currency in digital form. And this, we're not making this up. This is on crypto, investopedia.com, where there's it might not be, I'd rather believe them than believe CNN, put it like that. It says, unlike decentralized cryptocurrencies projects like Bitcoin, a CBDC would be centralized and regulated by a country's monetary authority. So this is why they have allowed all these different cryptocurrencies to come up. Motherfuckers making mad money off of it. They've allowed this for a reason, because now they want to regulate it. And now a lot of people have lost money. A lot of people have made money. So now it needs to be regulated. Now it needs, because you can't just, because why do they don't allow you to travel through the airport with more than $9,999? You got $10,000 at the airport, what happens? They take it. If you got $9,999, they let you go. Why? Because it's regulated. Okay, the money is regulated, and that's what they're gonna do with this digital shit. All that Bitcoin and Dogecoin and Ethereum and all the other shit, that shit is going down the drain, man. That shit was just quick, not quick. I ain't gonna say quick because that shit's been out for years, but it was to entice people. It drew you in, and now you baited. You stuck in the trap. Now you want more. And once they take it from you and say, "Look, Bitcoin is illegal," which we're gonna prove here in a second. I got another article on deck. Okay, they bamboozled you people to trust into this digital currency, man. Why? Because the digital currency is going to be the way of the mark of the beast, if you didn't know. And that's what the scriptures say. All right, let's keep reading. It says, while several governments are looking into the viability of creating and issuing CBDCs, no country has officially launched such money, which is bullshit because, what's it called? The Bahamas did. It's called the sand dollar. And China is currently in the works of it as well. But going on, it says, I'm not going to read all this. There's another point I wanted on here, but go ahead, brothers. Bring out what y'all got, and let me find that point real quick.
I got something real fast. Something you spoke about, because it goes to show you that the times we're living in now, we're in times, man. As I say, the 10 toes, we at the end of all these, these nations, man. Because at what time are the brothers going into? At what time was any other nation capable to pretty much implement electronic ID? All right, but by the miracles, the Roman one, the technology wasn't around. The Babylonians, the Greeks, none of them were able to fulfill this. But here it is now. All right, all the monetary, whether it was a fiat or actual coins, metals. All right, everything was up until now a physical, actual physical transaction. But here it is, fast forward to the future, we're now able to make payments digital, electronically. All right, goes to show you, where it ends. So let me get this real quick. Revelation 13 verse, and I'm gonna get straight to the point because this beast, that another beast that came up out of the earth and had two horns like a lamb, that's talking about America. I'm gonna get right to the point. Revelation 13 and 14. And deceiveth them that dwell on the earth. And here it is. the brother's going into all these articles, digging up all these things, and it's pretty much showing you the deception, which is why they remove our videos, which is why they want us off the scene, because the scriptures say if it were possible, they would be able to deceive the elect. All right? It says, and deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, going into the technology. And once again, what nation was able to do these things? What nation had these this capability of this technology? All the way up until now, it will show you we at the end. All right, and deceiving them that were on the earth by means of those miracles, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that were on the earth that they should make an image to the beast who had the wound by a sword in his lips. Okay, so this beast system, all right, get ready to implement their mark, all right. That when you read further down, as we always bring out Revelation 13 and 16, for you to receive, man. All right, so you can be a part of this beast system and receive that mark in your right hand or in your forehead. All right, those are the times living. That now this technology is here. Even when you go back to the physical all in your ear or actual brand, okay, that wasn't, that had to be physically tracked if somebody saw it here or saw it there. Now, once you get that chip in you, all right, anywhere you go, you're tracked. It's gonna come a time where if you don't have that, you're not even gonna be able to fucking get on the internet. Or you gonna have to have they gonna control the internet. You ain't gonna be able to just go and just get a fucking phone and just everything is gonna be controlled based off of that technology, which is gonna give the beast full control over everything.
Right, and that's real quick. That's the Internet of Things. That's the control. That's the control Esau what's out there, man. Because that's where that digital ID comes in. Because just like remember when Jake, back years ago, if you didn't have the money or the luxury to have a computer, where you had to go? You had to go to the library, right? You had to go to the library. What did you have to get at the library to sign on to the computers? Did you just walk in there and just start using the computers? Or what did you need? A library ID card. You had to have some kind of ID, a library ID to just use the computer. So like brother was saying, hey, you're going to need that eventually to get on the internet, man. It's the Internet of Things. If you don't want to be part of the Internet of Things, you can't use it. Go ahead, brother.
You want me? You can speak on.
Let's take it to the point you're going into, because you think about the police. What's the first thing they do when they come up to you? They want to identify you. So some type of ID, because that's their policy push. Police get.
This is Revelation, the 15th verse. It says, "And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed."
Yeah, so he had power because we were going into no other time in history where this is actually able to be played out, a digital world.
Hey, real quick, the scripture say which is but is not. This is Rome coming back, but it's not actually, because why? Once again, going to this technology, Rome doesn't have this type of technology.
Right.
All right. They can digitally chip you out and track you. So America is coming up on a whole nother level, man. They taking this thing further.
Further to prove what the brother was just saying about ancient Rome, Revelation 13, the same chapter where it talks about the chip, verse 3 tells you, "And I saw one of the kings as it were wounded to death." So that one head in the Roman Empire, it was wounded, and it came, and then it was healed. So that means that everything else following after that was after it was healed, when it came back. And real quick, I wanted to make a point about what you brothers were mentioning about all these things about not being able to do this and that. They show you that in the movie Minority Report. When he walked into the store Gap, hey, Mr. Whatever, because he had the eyes of somebody else. That's how you chip. You ain't gonna be able to walk into a store unless you got the chip with the currency, because they'll be like, "What you doing in here, nigga? You ain't got no money on your chip."
And they show you that right now. Certain places saying if you don't got the jab, you can't come in. They trying to mandate that shit. Like,
You know,
Yeah.
you got some stores
The
that
Philippines.
kind of, was that our?
The Philippines.
Yeah. You got some stores that say, like Publix, for example, grocery store down here in the South, that you see on the door is no longer, you don't see you have to, a mask is required. Now is if you don't have if unvaccinated or vaccinated people cannot wear a mask. Oh, yeah.
It's nonsense.
If you poked up or not, but the sign says if you poke, you don't have to wear the mask. If you unpoke, you got to wear it. That's what these signs are. So they taking a step. Some places will tell you if you can't come in if you ain't got this.
Yeah, exactly.
Some restaurants do like that too. I've seen that at restaurants.
And that's the point. Because what? How can you prove it? I can just walk in there and say, I got it. So what you're gonna need? You're gonna need digital proof, like we're reading about. See, so there's a reason why they want digital proof of the whole scenario, and all of a sudden now they talking about you're gonna need a digital ID for you to use your money, and then they had a whole chart to show you how the money's gonna work. Going back to, come on, man, you gotta be stupid not to see what this is headed. Shit.
I'm gonna read this verse again for the brother Michael. Revelation 13:15, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
That's the ultimate control. That's why you have central banks. You know, you have these things that are ultimately centralized around Esau. Because again, in his world he's created, he wants to play the Most High. That's what Thessalonians the second chapter. You know, sitting in the seat of the Most High. You know, because you go into the image. You know, when the right now before the live show, the image is something. It's an impression. You know, something that represents, you know, what you want to push out, and that's the beast. Represents the beast. Going into Roman Empire, you know, going to an impression is a mark of leaving. I want to leave an impression, a mark of how it goes. Thing. I want to leave pretty much leave a mark. You know, a lasting impression.
Yeah, well, the image is ultimately leading you to get the mark, because what the image, ultimately the image is Esau's philosophies, his ways, everything he pushes on you. That's what the image is. It's his ways, you know. That's how he's able to make the read it again. How I say it, to make it speak, because he's making it speak because he's pushing the ancient Roman ways, the democracy. Okay. Look at how the whole DC is set up. It's set up just like Rome. The way they had their political shit set up with the Senate and this and that. It's all set up just like the ancient Roman Empire. So what now they have come back and pushed it through their philosophies, all right, cramming it down your throat. That's the image of the beast. The image of the beast is being forced down your throat. It's not a picture on the wall, but it's the philosophies that's been pushed around the whole four corners of the earth. That's the wine that all the nations have drunk of. All right, the wine that the people have drank of from the whore. That's the image, the main image of the beast. Because who is the beast using to push that image? America. Who is everybody following after? America. What Russian trends have gone around the world in the last 2 years? What British trends have gone around the earth for the last 2 years, 10, 20 years? All the trends come out of America for the most part, but what? Ultimately, it's all part of the same beast, but the image of the beast is really being pumped out from those three city-states like we started off with. The monetary, the religious, and the military. You know, when the military come in there and put a boot on your neck, you have nothing. What you're gonna do? You're gonna have to worship it. You have to worship, just like they did when they came here to the Americas. They made them worship the image of the beast. They came here with that Cesare Borgia, their sweet plantation Christianity. All right, God is all love, and then it is evolved into an even bigger fucking image, so to say. And now the whole world has drunken of it. You know, the whole world has taken on that image. The whole world is worshiping the image. You know, go ahead, though, brother.
When we I want to get this etymology word impression. It's gonna go pretty much into image. Etymology word impression. Impression. It says mark produced by pressure. There's also image produced in the mind or emotions by something external. So
Right.
what's happening externally is he's making these moves out here because he wants to put ultimately this system in place. These things he's putting out, the pandemic, and ultimately it's the controlling one. That's why I said he can kill it. He's trying to put it in a place where he's on top and everybody else is below forever.
Hey, and at the end of the day, as we trying to really trying to persuade the elect, Esau is trying to persuade you, man. To accept his, his image, man. To accept his way of life. And as the Lord, put fear on us, we persuade, as through the fear we persuade. Well, Esau's going to bring forth the fear. All right, the terror to persuade you that you take this mark. Yeah, the hour of temptation. He's gonna use the same thing on the left hand side. That's why. Hey, we'll read it again, real. You got.
Here's the big. That's why it makes fear for you to do the will of the Heavenly Father. Fear
because you say about temptation, the word the Greek is charismos. It's pretty much external pressure to sin, trying to get you to go off. And that's the thing.
Hey, and he's already doing it. He's baking these people, man, so they fully cooked. Like the information the brother going through. That's why he got you hooked on the Bitcoin and got you, aware of digital currency. Because what happened when China first launched their digital currency? What happened over here? It was in the news for a little bit. All right, they was talking about China launched digital currency, and all three people fall for it. Say, now we got a bunch of digital currency to be able to compete with China. How many people fell for it?
Nobody was fucking. No one was fucking with it. That's why they had Bitcoin. They're gonna do the same thing here in America when we double his stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he kind. But you in that what verse you in 13, chapter 13?
15.
Okay, yeah. Start at the top again, Bob Shadow.
Revelation 13 and 15. And he has power to give life unto the image of the beast.
There you go. That's the point I wanted to hit real quick, because they have the power to give life to the image of the beast. Life to the image of the beast. Meaning they brought back, America was really the ones that brought back the old ancient ways of Rome. They brought back the Senate. They brought back so-called democracy, which at that point wasn't called democracy, but they brought that old way back, and that same spirit back as well. Because what was that Roman Empire about? Well, what in Daniel had talked about the iron teeth. It was about fucking destroying shit. Look what America's about. First and foremost, which we know is the beast is not America, but America is the whore that rides upon the beast, which America's part of NATO. Okay, it's a mixed part of the beast, but nonetheless, it was given the power to bring back that, because the British Empire, all right, they didn't resurrect or give power to the beast, or give power to bring back that image of the beast. No, it was America that did that. And now you see that it's been pushed out through the four corners of the earth, just like the ancient Roman Empire tried to conquer the whole known earth. And now they have, like brother was going into, they have a technology so far in advance that, because you might say, well, China got this and China got that, or Russia got this. Man, it's Esau Edom at the end of the day, even though Russia is not part of the beast today. But nonetheless, they all fall under the umbrella of the beast. All right, China ain't doing nothing. Nothing that ain't special. That nothing special. They just doing their role. Go ahead, though, brother.
Dawg, you had something?
What do you just actually quoted it a little bit, the hour of temptation, but going into that, Let me read it real quick. This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. It says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth." And when you go into that, it's talking about the trying of your faith. Basically it's like to see if you're going to take the enticement like the brothers is going into, and then speaking on these cryptocurrencies, like the brother was saying, it was getting you used to these certain things. And one of the things they're talking about now is imposing a like an 80% tax on your cryptocurrencies. All right, which is going to drive the people away from that, because if you make $100 out of that, right?
That's India.
Go ahead, bro.
That's India.
What
That's
happened?
going. India.
But they're also talking about proposing that here as well. And so this is just going to drive the people away. And also, I think 2 weeks ago, this is I think China, India, and somewhere else, they actually stopped taking. They're trying to get out of the so-called Bitcoin and everything like that. That's why you're seeing a lot of these things starting to tank. But it's just driving a door open to, like the brother was going into, these central bank backed digital currencies. So they're like, well, we can go back to centralize it again, but they're going to just force you to use all these things, man. All right, and if you don't want to, if you want to participate in this here system, you're gonna have to pretty much, like, the brothers are going into. Hey, you gotta bow down to the image of this here beast, man. All right, fall in line. All right,
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Nah, it's like India got 2% tax on it. So I don't know where you got 80% tax. You might have to bring up the article on that, brother. Because it definitely ain't in America right now. Because it's still free trade in America.
Well, no, they hadn't imposed it. This is just something they were talking about.
Yeah, all right. But all right, let's bring out articles and facts, brother. Not what they talking about.
That's all I had.
I mean, if you got the article, bring it out, brothers. I'll bring it. I'll put it on the screen. But yeah,
I'm on the phone. I can't pull it up right now.
Look. Anyway, keep going with that. Well, you go back to Revelation 13, brother, and I'll go back to this article I was in.
This is Revelation 13 and 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as will not worship the image of the beast should be killed.
Right, and that's already begun. You don't want to deal with what? If you don't want to deal with not just America, if you don't, well, obviously America, first and foremost, obviously, you see what they're doing around the world. If you don't want to play ball with them, but if you don't want to play ball with the EU and NATO, what happens? You get ran through. You get invaded. What happened in World War I, World War II? Those same countries that came together outside of Russia. All right, because Russia did fight with the Allies, all right, against the Nazis. But now look, Russia's against them now. But what happens now? Nobody flexes on the EU or NATO specifically, because that's the military buildup. That's why the whole situation with Trump was going on, because the certain NATO countries wasn't putting enough money of their GDP or whatever. But nonetheless, is if you don't want to worship what they saying, or you don't want to get along or follow what they telling you to do, what happens? Next thing you know, there's a coup going on. Now there's we need to bring stability in the region. This, that, third. We got to drop bombs on them. They're killing their people with mustard gas. They're doing this. They're doing that. So now when the Satan's finna come down with great wrath, what do you think he finna do, man? He been doing this to all these other nations, even to his own people. Okay, what do you think he's gonna do in these last days when he's finna implement his mark? Okay, because the Most High has a mark. Okay, and it's the same. Well, it's not the same, but let me see if I can pull it. I'll pull it up here in a second. But it's a mark, okay? Just like Ezekiel 9 says, it's a mark, the mark, or mark them that sign Christ, meaning a mark of exemption. Esau has a mark of exemption. Why? Because he's going to say, look, take this, you'll be exempt from all the shit that's taking place. All right? The brother, the elder Monagon brought it out. The word in Revelation 13, for in the Hebrew is, let me see if I can pull it up. I gotta get it. The word for Mark in Revelation 13 is thawah, meaning exemption. Yeah, it's gonna be an exemption, all right. If you don't believe me, look it up yourself. 'Cause I've been looked it up. It's an exemption. A mark an exemption. A mark of exemption from judgment. What judgment's coming? Esau coming down like a hammer, man. Coming down with fierce wrath. All right, and I'll put it up on the screen. If you know the Hebrew, then you'll be able to read it. But go ahead, brothers. Let me look it up real quick.
I got something real quick. This Habakkuk 2, and I was just going into the Hebrew word, Habakkuk 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine. What bro's going into since we started, so that wine is pretty much ultimately this man's philosophy. Okay, his ways of his way of lifestyle, man. Okay, it's pretty much being pushed out across the four corners of the earth. And what? These nations are off of that juice. See, they feel that they are not, given accountable for their actions. Okay, everybody is walking planet Earth. Okay, and do not have understanding. Okay, nor fear of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Real quick, get this word here. Wine, right? It says from the strong definition, it says strong and unused root meaning to effort. At first, is I can't talk to it. I was just looking at that. Effort best, all right. Yeah, so going down to 2, it says he's vicious and enthusiastic. So that wine that you nation were given is enthusiastic. They gave you a sense of being enthusiastic to ultimately what? Sin and rebel against Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And that's why in Jeremiah 51st chapter it says what? Babylon have been in golden cup in the Lord's hand, man. So you were ultimately what? You were given that wine, that juice, to be enthusiastic to what? Devouring the nation of Israel. You see? Going back to Habakkuk 2 and verse 5, yea, also because he transgressed by God, he is a proud man, so he's proud. All right, now ultimately, him going into Middle East, going to get the oil, ultimately he don't see nobody stopping him. See? He says, even keep it at home, who enlarges his desire as hell and as death.
Pride. That's why ultimately at the end, the whole end goal, he really believes that he's going to accomplish his will. But as the book of Job says, he shall be disappointed for him day, so to say. His whole plan, his plot is going to fail, just like it failed back in the book of Genesis, man. Chapter 11, if I'm not mistaken, that whole agenda was disappointed, man. They weren't able to accomplish what they wanted to do. Become of one language, everybody come together and build this tower to try to escape judgment. Okay? This time around, Esau is not going to work, man. It didn't work before. There's no escaping the judgment of the Lord, man. The Lord is going to dismantle any attempt of what you try to do to escape the judgment. Coming together and trying to force people, and not really force, because when you go into that word cause, it means to lead to, okay? And basically that's what Esau is going to try to do this time around, because not everybody is of one mind. Now you have people that hate the horde and all this and that. You got the house of Satan is divided amongst itself. He's got to try to lead you to it, to make you want to do it, and he's gonna eventually go to war, like the brother said. Peer pressure, like the brother said, that pressure, man, that has to be forced, man. But it's not gonna work. So you're not gonna accomplish anything that you can be demon all you want, man. It's not gonna deter any plans of the Heavenly Father.
So that's why he's proud. He is a proud man. He's proud because he feels that he can get stopped. But right, as a seed, right? And what the scripture in Proverbs 16, the Lord have made all things for himself. So this man is being built up to be destroyed. You know, and that's why that's why one of the elders was going into, just sit back and watch the movie of Yahweh Shai, man. This is actually a movie that King Father building this man up to be destroyed. It says, neither keep it at home. So that's why, which we're going into in class earlier, this man gathering up all the oil. He pretty much wants he ultimately have all he have all the natural resources in his possession because Job number 24, which we're going to keep bringing out until we get out of here. The earth is given into the hands of the people. It says, who enlarges his desire as hell. So his desire is as hell, being that condition. See? Okay, so what pretty much put everybody under his foot. Okay? It says, and he is as death. And going back into Revelation, the 6th chapter, him being one of those sources. Okay, which him taking what piece from the earth. Okay? It says, it cannot be satisfied, right? Because there's no satisfaction when it comes down to knowing you death, man. So what? You want everybody to die with you, man. And that's what he's bringing the whole planet Earth on the brink of. So if it wasn't for the elect having faith that there's a way out, okay, then hey, no flesh will be saved on the planet Earth, man. The earth itself will be ultimately destroyed. Okay? It says, but gathered unto him all nations and heaping unto him all people. So going back to what the brother's going into, okay, this is why this man is trying to make these deals with all these things. Okay, which we brought out earlier. He that diggeth the pit shall fall therein, and him that roughly interpreting, him that breaketh the head shall be bitten by the snake. That snake is Esau Edom, and that's what you think. That's what all of the whole world is getting poisoned by. That serpent. That poison is you actually being bitten into his words. Them bitter words, them smooth words, right? See that everything is going to be smooth. This, come under the MOB and blase, but ultimately this is all leading you to Revelation 14 and 9. When you take that mark, you're going to be destroyed. Got it?
I got quick. Hold on. I got the Hebrew and Revelation. Just a show, brothers. All right, this is Hebrews, or it's like Revelation. This is Revelation, chapter 13, and the 16 right here. Hebrews read from right to left, of course. The word for Mark is right here in the 16th verse, which is the walk, Hebrew. And to further prove it, you go to the 17th verse, which is named again. It says the mark again in the 17th verse. I don't know if brothers can see that on the screen, but I think you should be able to see it. So on the 17th verse, so here it was on the 16th verse, the law, Hebrew word the law, okay. And then you go to the 17th verse here, it's the mark, okay. So this is why you have to go into the Hebrew, bro. That's and then you go to the 16th verse, the wall. That is the only word in the 16th and 17th verse that it means mark. Right there and right there. And notice, there it is. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I just wanted to bring that up, to clarify that. Go ahead, though, brother. You got it.
Basically going in, backing up the song, going into Esau Edom. This is the book of Psalms 140, starting at verse 1. It says, deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man. All right, this is what we're hoping. All right, to be preserved, all right, from this damn devil. All right, all this net, this snares, this trap. All right, he's laid it up. All right, for the rest of this world, but only the elect is going to be up out of it. All right, it says, which go into the book of, I believe it's Psalm 62, going to how their inward thought is deep. Okay, it says, which imagine mischief in their hearts, continually they gather together for war.
I mean, back you up too. The inward heart is deep, being what? Supporting heavens moving forward with this new world order, bro. They actually see themselves defeating Yahweh Shemel Shai. So that's why in the Apocrypha we read about they were scared and yet there's light. That has to be fulfilled. They actually, their heart is so deep that they actually believe that they're going to overcome the elect. They're going to defeat Yahweh Shemel Shai. And they're going to succeed and come on top as being that phoenix that rising out of the ashes, man. You know? Just want to back you up.
Reading on, it says, continually they are gathered together for war. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips, the love. All right, so you can't trust Esau either. You can't trust the things that he says. Everything that he says is always poison. All right, you go into his ways, his philosophy, that wine. All right, you get caught up in it. All right, you just got caught up in his trap. All right, because that's why his lips are as poison. Verse 4, it says, keep me, O Yahweh, from the hands of the wicked. Preserve me from the violent man who have purpose to overthrow my goings. All right, they're trying to overthrow the goings of the Israelites, but they will not be caught up in the traps and snares of him. All right, the rest of the world, they're going to be caught up because they don't see what's coming. Because when you look at Esau Edom, the way this man moves, all right, he basically he slithers around, all right, with his words. He slithers around with his ways, his philosophies, and this is how the people get caught up in his trap. All right, one more verse. It says, the proud have hid a snare for me and cords. They have spread a net by the wayside. They have set gins for me. All right, and this is going into this man's system, his beast, the beast system. All right, how it's all interconnected. All right, within a web. All right, so you were going into the financial system, the religious system, the military. So all these different things, all right, is basically keeping the people to be trapped up within them. All right, this is by David, like King David. All right, he was saying to preserve him from these different things. And this is what we're doing in these latter days.
Yo, you had something?
No, no, I'm good. I'm in a storm right now, so I'm good. I got to mute it.
I got real quick. Obadiah 1 and 6. It says, "How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up?" Because for a long time, this is a hidden agenda. But as you see, from this from this live we've been doing here, man, we bring it all out because it's still hidden to the masses of the people. But Obadiah being a prophet, the Lord revealed these things into his servants, the prophets, man. So it says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. All these things have been revealed unto us, and all the things of Esau is right here in these scriptures, man. All right, the spirit just has to be on you to bring it out and to have the understanding that look, his new world order, everything, Revelation 13 and 3, how it says, and they wandered after the beast. Okay, regardless of these other countries like China and Russia, and all these other America's foes coming up against them. According to the scriptures, America is the last kingdom to rule. So regardless of how America is falling, America is still the standard. So all of these countries are still going to wander after and follow after them. Regardless of their demise, they're still top because that's what the scriptures say, man. They wandered after the beast. So America could be falling, could be bankrupt, but America is still in power, man. So they're going to continue to wander, and they show you that on a micro scale, right?
Right.
Every time a new technology come out, what happens? Everybody want to get that new iPhone. Everybody want to get that new TV. Everybody want to get a new PS5. All right, so that's pretty much what's happening. America is still on top of the beast, according to prophecy. America is still the whore that sits upon the beast. So everybody's still going to wander after this thing. Regardless of how fucked up and how bankrupt it is, they still going to wander after that beast, man. All right.
And to add on to you, the brother's 100% correct. The dollar's still powerful, bro. Just because 4, 5, 6, 7 countries dumped it, they motherfuckers is still trading with the dollar, bro. The American dollar has not crashed yet, bro. There's a reason why the economy is still running, even though it's in shits and shambles. America still got power, bro. There's a reason that people don't invade. There's a reason people are still using the American dollar. You read these articles saying that Russia's doing this and China's doing that and India. People still using the American dollar at the end of the day, bro. That's a fact. But we understand that shit is crumbling. That we understand that, this shit is going down, but people are still using it. People still scared to invade America. Like the brother said, this is still the hoe that rides on that beast, man. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, they had a few months ago, they came out with the article talking about the U.S. dollar was at its lowest use globally, but it was still over 50%. It was still more than half of the currency deals that are being done globally and things that matter, such as oil and trade. The U.S. dollar was still over 50% of the global monetary use. Yeah.
So you can't go against the scriptures, and that's what keep us stable, man. That's how we know, man. The America's the influence. It's still the beast that the horde that rides the beast. Like the brother said, regardless of all the loose ends, so those are just loose ends. It's still the lifeline in the bloodline of the global economy, the U.S. dollar, which is backed by the central bank. And that's how they're still going to be able to use America to enforce this system, this digital system.
Right. In Revelation 18, the reason why the merchants are going to be mourning,
Plain and simple.
why else are they going to be mourning?
Because America's wrong.
Exactly. Yeah.
The currency the world's using, the main people that America ain't doing business with China using Chinese money, man. America ain't doing business with India or Pakistan, wherever you see your T-shirt come from, with those money, man. Their dollars, they're not doing business with that nation. And these nations have gotten rich because they've gone, okay, we're gonna use the dollar, and we're gonna get rich off of that dollar.
Yep. And that's why these different countries, China, India, all these different other countries, they're setting up digital currencies. Man, that don't mean nothing to us. Because what? We understand that the beast is this hoe is still riding on the beast, man.
And she gonna ride on that bitch to the end.
That fucking beast throws her off. You ever seen a horse throw somebody off?
Yeah.
You ever seen a horse bucking? Till they throw somebody off? That's when the fucking beast is gonna hate the whore. But for right now, the beast is still adoring the whore, okay, and still under its control because what? China got fucking damn near digital. They don't use cash in China, damn near. Bahamas, Switzerland, countless places gone cashless. America's still using cash. We understand that all that shit is a forerunner. They doing test runs. Okay. Again, let me real quick. Let me bring this article back up because we understand. But look, when it hits America, it's gonna hit the whole world. That's a fact.
Exactly.
That's a fact. All right. Let me go to this real quick. This is back in that Investopedia. It says, I just wanted to read two points here. It says, okay, here's the point. It says unable. Okay, let me start here. It says right here. It says there is no clarity about any suitable reserve maintenance to back up the valuations of cryptocurrencies. Additionally, the continued launch of new cryptocurrencies has also raised concerns about the possibility of scams, thefts, and hacks. So all these cryptocurrencies popping up, like I said, the WTF coin, that's a real thing. So all these cryptocurrencies keep popping up, right? It's a concern. It says unable to control the growth and influence of such cryptocurrencies, Many leading central banks across the globe are working on or contemplating launching their own versions of cryptocurrencies. These regulated, keyword, regulated cryptocurrencies are called central bank digital currencies and will be operated by the respective monetary authorities or central banks of a particular country. So let me skip down to the point I wanted. Okay, here it is. It says the CBDC aims to bring in the best of both worlds: the convenience and the security of digital form like cryptocurrencies and the regulated reserve-backed money circulation of the traditional banking system. The particular central bank or other competent monetary authority of the country will be solely liable for its operations. So there you go, man. They're taking away all these cryptocurrencies that all these people are making money off, and different countries are making money off. But what are they going to do? The World Central Bank, like the first article we brought out, who's the central bank of the world central banks? It's in London. So China got a world central bank. Look it up. It's in Hong Kong and in Beijing. Iran got a central bank. All right. All these countries got central banks. And who do they get their money from? Those central banks? It's in London. So if London is talking about this, what are you talking about? All right. It's June, microchip. Okay, we'll see soon. All right. I mean, I had another article, but let's see if I had any other points on there. I think that was pretty much it. I mean, there was more on there, but I'll put the links up in the description, Lord's will, and the brothers can check it out for themselves. But go ahead, brothers. Close the scriptures, and then go ahead.
This is Revelation chapter 18, verse 15. The merchant of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying aloud, alas, that great city that was clothed in fine linen, and decked with purple and scarlet, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls.
Right, and all those things representing riches. And America is known as, or was known as, the richest nation in the planet, man. This is where you came to become rich. But now we're starting to see a shift in the paradigm, man. Now we're starting to see investors investing in Russia, investing in China. They're starting to see the collapse, but it still doesn't mean that the power has shifted. Nations, this is talking about when they see the missiles drop.
Yeah.
That means
was in power all the way up to the missiles.
right. And one thing that always reminds me of that is something that Apostle Tar said a few years back. He said people are still going to be going to movie theaters when the missiles hit, man. So this place is still going to be up and running.
The government will not be shut down.
Yeah.
How would people be buying and selling? That don't make sense. If an EMP just blew out the whole of America, that would not fulfill prophecy. Because how would people be buying and selling? It don't make sense. John saw people buying and selling in the days of Noah, as in the days of Noah, like the brother just said, it don't make sense for everything just to go out of proportion. There's going to be established governments throughout the world. There's still going to be monetary systems in place for people to be partaking in society. And that's through this what we've been showing you this whole video, man. It's not rocket science. These people are talking about setting up their own cryptocurrencies. All these nations setting up their own cryptocurrencies. For what? So they can continue this society to go on in their said nations. That would be ridiculous if the whole world got an EMP attack. Or all of America had an EMP attack. That's stupid. That's not in the scriptures. How the hell people gonna buy and sell with a digital currency if there's no electronics working? No electronics working, but people buying and selling with a digital currency? What Harry Potter book is that from? Because it ain't in the Bible. People gonna be buying and selling with digital currency. That's what the scriptures say. And then we see how it's being set up. Go ahead, Slot. Go ahead.
No, just to back you up, it was a known fact. When Venezuela was trying to go outside of the U.S. dollar, they was using cryptocurrency. So what the U.S. did was just fucking hit them with power outages and pretty much fucked them over. So you can't use digital currency without power. You know, you can't make transactions, those kind of transactions without power. So this just to back you up, like that's how they fucked over Venezuela.
Exactly. So and that's the point. Meaning there will be transactions going on because if John saw it, who did he see? People in Nairobi in the middle of the desert doing transactions with the chip, or did he see people in Babylon the Great doing transactions with the chip? All these prophecies that John wrote about of Babylon the Great. Come on, man. EMPs might happen. EMPs not going to destroy all of America. It might destroy a city or two. It's not a nuke though. First of all, show me one EMP that has taken out a city. What are you talking about? The Russian hacks took down the pipeline? Come on, bro. That's why we go according to the scriptures, not according to what the news tell you. 50,000 people out without power. That's because Esau shut their power down, man. There's no such thing as starving people. It's people being starved. So the same thing. There's going to be sanctuary cities like what we're seeing right now. You got to have this to come into this, so it's not far-fetched. But as far as the whole America being shut down, the whole eastern of America being without power, that's ridiculous. First and foremost, because New York City is on the eastern seaboard. So that wouldn't even make sense, from a logistical standpoint for the MOB. So we gonna see it live and in the flesh, man. People buying and selling. People are doing it right now, and it's gonna get to the point where you're gonna have to do it that way. See, people think we crazy. We've been calling the apostles and elders on down crazy for saying this, but now you is fucking quiet as church mice out here. You don't see nobody saying nothing about the MOB, even trying to tell you what it is, because we have countless information now, all right, that we can correlate with the scriptures to prove it to you. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it at this point in time, because you show me right now and this day, what is June 23rd, 2021, what you can personally use to buy and sell that you put in your implant into yourself. There's nothing on the planet that you can do that with, except for the mark of the beast.
Right. There's no more seeking out the things that are too hard for these scriptures getting put out no more. The dudes out in London try to say that. Oh, you don't know the understanding of that mark. All right, man. Well, maybe you do now.
Man, God. If you say so.
Verse 17, last precept, it says, for in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. In every shipmaster, in all the company in ships and sailors, and as many as trade by sea stood afar off, verse 18, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, what thing is like unto this great city?
Right. So who do you think China's going to be saying, man, what great? You think they're going to be up to par with just dealing with Russia like that? No, man. They're not. And the beast, it includes European nations. So the horde that rideth upon the beast is brought down, then that means the whole beast is brought down. So who do you think they just gonna be able to? China's just gonna be like, oh well, we're gonna continue to make the money we're making with just dealing with Russia? No, they're gonna be hurt. That's what we can drag.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Hey, but at the end of the day, this place will be destroyed. This place will collapse. Ecclesiastes chapter 12 tells you that there shall be few. It doesn't say that there won't be any grinders. It said that the grinders shall be few.
Hey, the America that you once knew will collapse, but
right.
that that new system is gonna be up and running, man.
Right. And that's what Esau's pushing is that the new image.
He removing that whole fiat currency that America once knew. He removing that.
dream.
That collapse, and then bam, up goes the new world order. You know, that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
You know,
he shall be the
Ultimately, going back to the world third chapter, they're getting ready to be led out there to the Middle East, man. Drawing out the all these nations, and what's going to happen after that? Outside coming. So your new world order only going to go for so long. According to Job, the 20th chapter, it says in the fullness of its efficiency. So it's only going to go for so far, and then your outside going to step in. And that's going to be that stone, going back to Daniel, the second chapter, around the 44th verse, that smote the whole image. And you done it. So there is no escaping prophecy, bro. You tried, you're going to have a good run, but you done it, bro. You know?
Yep, kind of. Anybody got any closing scripts? That was it.
This is Psalms 37, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "Fret not thyself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity. For they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as the green herb." And that's what's going to happen. All right, that's the ultimate judgment of the wicked, man. Is they're going to be cut down as grass and they shall wither. All right, they are withering. Okay, they're becoming less powerful as we speak. That's why the other nations are saying, "How hast thou become as weak as weak?" Okay, how is the hammer of the whole earth broken asunder? Because this place is withered, man. The beast system, the beast is dying, man. The Lord is no longer supporting this place. He's not giving it no more power. Now he's transitioning that power over to his elect, man.
Mm-hmm.
His chosen.
It kind of is like, because remember the beast was wounded, and then it came back. It didn't die. It got wounded. So when you get wounded, you still got a wound. You know, it might heal, but man, that's a weak point. So what Yahweh Shai sent his men to do, casting down them strongholds, is get them body shots in. You know what I'm saying? Hit their wounds, man. We know where he weak at, so we getting in there, and that's how Esau being exposed, man. How are things are Esau? How are the things of Edom brought to light? You know, rough paraphrasing, but yeah, it's because the men of the Lord, man, have been given the eyes to see and the ears to hear, man. We see exactly what Esau talking about. We see all his bullshit, you know. So we eating that body up, man. We in there digging. All right, and Esau's about to fall down, man. He about to take a knee because it's too much for him. You know, you got more on that?
No, I got another quick precept though. This is Genesis chapter 3, and right to the point, verse 15, because you talk about the wound, all right, and the scriptures also say, I quoted it just now, but you talked about the wound that was healed. But the scriptures say that we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So that wound wasn't fully healed. It was you were still brought back. You was able to come and make a couple plays, but you still ultimately got that sprain. Okay, or you still, in this case, you still got that injury of the heel, which Jacob held the heel of Esau, right? So this is going into Genesis chapter 3, verse 15, and this is the curse that the Lord put on the serpent. Matter of fact, I'll start at verse 14. It says, "And Yahweh said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life." And this is the point, verse 15. "And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thee or thy seed and her seed, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel." Okay?
No, go ahead, finish your thought. Yeah.
That was it. I just wanted to get the precept. You got it, though.
Okay, kind of. Read the previous verse where it said, "Cursed above all beasts."
Yep. Verse 14. It says, "And the Lord power, Yahweh, said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle, and above every beast of the field. Upon thy belly shalt thou go, and dust is in the dust on virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, confusion. But the point it said cursed above all beasts of the field. This is the only person, the only creature on the face of the earth that has to protect himself from the sun. Tell me that's not a curse above all, above every creature. Cows don't have to put sun lotion on. All right. A horse don't have to put sun lotion on. But this nigga do. Bitch nigga eat. Okay, and that's why he hates everybody, willing to kill everybody, damn it. Now you got SPF 80, SPF this, and it's all poison to fuck you up. You got UV 10 in supply. Come on, man, this dude's cursed. And that's why, Kane's, going, oh shit, this is going for another hour, but go ahead. Go ahead.
And then real quick, before I want to make in that verse 15, I'll read it again. It says, I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, among the Israelites, and it shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Okay? So you see that head of the serpent has been bruised, man. Okay, through the what? Through the seed. Man. And then we bruising that head of the serpent, okay, because what? There's that saying in the world, cut off the head and the rest of the snake died, man. Well, the whore that rides the beast, that head has been ended. That's why this place is being exposed the way it is around the four corners of the earth. That's why the nations are rising up against this place, because that head is bruised now. Now that wound that once was healed or thought they was healed, now it's starting to leak again. Now there's an ulcer. Now there's a pus forming. An infection.
And that's why we're putting it on Esau. That's why the scriptures say, who shall pity a charmer when he is bitten by a serpent? Remember, it's a whore riding upon the beast or the serpent or the dragon. So this whore is about to be bitten by that serpent. Ain't nobody gonna feel bad for her. She finna get bitten. Let's end it on that. What is it? Revelation 17 or 18? The end of it? I think it's 17. Let me see here.
Got you right here, brother.
You got it? Because that's what Babylon or that whore is better get bitten by that serpent that she been controlling, which ultimately she was part of it, but now they're going to reject her. So, Kala, how about you outside for that one? Go ahead, though, brother.
This is Revelation 17 and 16. It says, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire.
That's that fiery serpent. Going back to was it Numbers? I think it's Numbers. When when the Israelites were getting bitten by that fiery serpent, and Moses had to make the staff with the brass serpent. And where were they going? What area were they in? They were in the area of Edom. So here you go again. Now the whore that rides upon the beast or the serpent, guess what? She finna be bitten by that fiery serpent, which we go into it. It pretty much means a poisonous serpent. So they're gonna eat her or devour her, and this time it's gonna be with missiles. All right, it will be with missiles. Okay, they're gonna burn her with fire, devour her. This place is gonna be done, through, finished. Okay, the month. But this place is out of here, man. I'll bring this out real quick, just close it out on this. Oh shit! Oh, never mind. I already closed out slide. But I'll put the links in the description. Brothers can look through it. Those digital currencies, websites or whatnot. Leading to the, what. But hey, shit's getting down to the nitty gritty. It's clear and evident what's going on on the earth. It's not, trying to, oh man, I wonder how it's going to work. We see how it's working at this point in time. So if you don't believe it, then you just infidel and you're going to die in your unbelief. So, anybody got anything else? All right. So with that, Lord's will, this was edifying. We're going to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Hashem, Hakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. The salutation and much love to Akim, and men, women, and children that are sincerely learning. And hey, keep on keeping on because we almost out of here. Have faith and endure. And pray to the Most High that He keep you in these last days. Shalom.